The Krathnax warship descended through Earth's atmosphere with all the ceremonial grandeur befitting the galaxy's most feared warrior caste. Commander Vexthor stood at the helm, his forearms crossed in a posture of supreme confidence, his obsidian exoskeleton gleaming under the ship's lights. Behind him, his elite strike team, 20 of the Krathnax Imperium's finest soldiers, prepared for what they assumed would be a display of humanity's mightiest defenders. They had heard the stories, of course, humans who refused to yield. Humans who had somehow repelled 3 different conquest attempts through sheer stubbornness and tactical unpredictability. The Galactic Council had finally brokered this cultural exchange as a last-ditch effort to avoid another costly conflict. "We will meet their warriors," Vexthor had declared before departure. "We will assess their strength, learn their weaknesses, and report back to the Imperium. Then we will know how to break them." What Commander Vexthor did not expect was Marin. She stood at the designated landing zone, trying desperately to maintain her composure as the massive alien warship settled onto the tarmac with unnecessary theatrical smoke effects. Marin was a veteran diplomat, had negotiated treaties with 17 different species, and prided herself on never breaking protocol. But this was going to test every ounce of her professional training. The Krathnax emerged from their ship in formation, weapons holstered but visible, their multiple eyes scanning for threats. Vexthor strode forward, his chest plates expanding in an intimidation display that had made countless species surrender on sight. "I am Commander Vexthor of the Krathnax Imperium," he announced, his translator rendering his clicks and chirps into booming galactic standard. "We have come to meet with your elite warriors, to engage in honorable combat trials and test the mettle of humanity's finest soldiers." Marin cleared her throat. "Welcome to Earth, Commander. We're delighted to host you for this cultural exchange. However, there's been a slight adjustment to the itinerary." Vexthor's antennae twitched suspiciously. "Adjustment?" "Yes, well..." Marin was interrupted by a sound that made her heart sink and her lips twitch simultaneously. The sound of children. Lots of children. The Riverside Elementary School's 3rd grade class came around the corner in a chaotic parade of bright colors, oversized backpacks, and unbridled enthusiasm. Their teacher, Mrs. Patterson, was trying valiantly to keep them in some semblance of a line and failing spectacularly. At the front of the group, clutching a tray of juice boxes like they were sacred artifacts, was Ricky. 7 years old, missing 2 front teeth, wearing light-up sneakers and a t-shirt that read, "Future Astronaut." Ricky had never been more excited in her entire life. Real aliens. Actually, real aliens. And she got to be the official welcome committee because her mom worked for the State Department and had made some very questionable decisions about today's educational opportunities. "Hello, aliens!" Ricky shouted, with the kind of volume only achievable by small children and trained opera singers. Vexthor took an involuntary step backward. "These," he began, all 4 arms gesturing at the approaching horde of 8-year-olds. "These are your warriors?" "Not exactly," Marin said, and she could feel the laugh building in her chest like a pressure cooker. "Due to some cultural considerations and a recent council directive about preventing interspecies incidents, we decided a different kind of exchange would be more appropriate." "I do not understand." "You're going to do arts and crafts with 3rd graders." The silence that followed was magnificent. Marin would treasure it forever. Before Vexthor could formulate a response that wouldn't violate 18 different diplomatic protocols, Ricky arrived with her juice box tray, looking up at the towering alien commander with absolutely zero fear and maximum admiration. "Hi, I'm Ricky. Do you want apple or fruit punch? We also have grape, but Tommy already drank most of those." She thrust the tray upward. "You're really tall. Do you have bones? Our teacher said some aliens might not have bones. I have 206 bones. Well, I did. I lost a tooth, so maybe I have 205 now?" Vexthor stared down at the small human offering him a juice box. In his 300 cycles of military service, he had faced down rebel insurrections, space pirates, and a particularly aggressive silicon-based life form that had tried to eat his ship. He had led campaigns across 12 star systems. He had been decorated by the Imperium's High Command 7 times. Nothing, Absolutely nothing had prepared him for Ricky. I do not require sustenance at this time, he managed. Okay, but you should take one anyway, because later we're making friendship bracelets and you'll get thirsty. Also, Ricky set down the tray and pulled a sheet of stickers from her pocket. I have decals. See? This one's a dolphin, this one's a rocket ship, and this one says, great job. You can have three because you came from really far away, and that's impressive. She began peeling a holographic dolphin sticker with intense concentration. Marin had to turn away. Her shoulders were shaking. She was going to lose it. She was going to laugh in front of the galaxy's most feared warrior caste and cause an interstellar incident, and she didn't care, because Ricky was now trying to stick a dolphin decal onto Vexthor's chest plate, and the expression on the commander's face was absolutely priceless. Small human, Vexthor said with remarkable patience, I am a warrior of the Krathnax Imperium. I do not require decorative adhesives. But you came so far, Ricky insisted. Everyone gets stickers. It's the rule, Mrs. Patterson said. Mrs. Patterson, who had been trying to corral the rest of the class, looked up with the expression of someone who had given up on controlling chaos and decided to embrace it. It's true, Commander. Everyone gets stickers. It's excellent for morale and positive reinforcement. More children were surrounding the Krathnax soldiers now, offering juice boxes, asking questions in overlapping volleys of enthusiasm, and completely ignoring the weapons and armor that were designed to inspire terror. Do you eat pizza? Can you breathe our air okay? Why do you have 4 arms? That's so cool. Do you want to see my rock collection? My dad said you're from space, but isn't everywhere in space technically? One of Vexthor's lieutenants, a scarred veteran named Kreshva, leaned close. Commander, what do we do? Vexthor watched as Ricky successfully affixed the dolphin sticker to his chest plate, then stepped back to admire her handiwork with immense satisfaction. He began, then stopped. What did one do when the enemy deployed weaponized innocence? Ricky beamed up at him, holding out a juice box. Apple or fruit punch? Commander Vexthor, decorated warrior of the Krathnax Imperium, conqueror of worlds, accepted the juice box with as much dignity as he could muster. Fruit punch, he said quietly. Marin finally let herself laugh.